Good morning, everyone, from this lovely city of Mumbai. My name is Brahma Prakash Gaur, and it's my great pleasure to be with you through this video. Just a couple of days ago, somebody was talking to me, and this lady had lost her mother, who suffered much in a prolonged illness. And while speaking about her mother, she was filled with grief. And she started crying. And as I was speaking to her, this idea of creating a video to help people how to deal with such situations or such losses, and how they can use the opportunity to help the departed ones in the soul world, it arose. So here is it. Some thoughts about how to deal with people who are no longer with us. They are very dear. They have been very dear to us. And we feel bereaved. And we feel that their departure has left a void in our lives because we loved them so dearly. So there are a few things that we need to understand. Even when those people who have passed away, they have merely dropped their physical body. In the soul world, they are always there, and they are accessible to us. And they are watching us because of the intimate connection that they have had with us. And whatever we go through, whatever kinds of thoughts and emotions we carry, these thoughts and emotions are going to affect them. And this understanding can give us some insights about what kind of thoughts and emotions should we inculcate when we are remembering a departed one who has been very dear to us. So rule number one is that when we think of them, we must avoid grief. And you might think that I am asking you to be insensitive, but it is not so. Why are we in grief? Because we loved them. But just because we loved them, should we be in grief? That's the question. Instead of being in grief, why not recall the happy moments you have had with them? Why not recall the immense role they played in our lives, in bringing us up, in giving us good sanskars or good teachings that have built us the way we are? And the moment we shift this focus from grief, loss and void to moments of fullness, joy, teaching, understanding and love, we ourselves undergo an immediate shift in our awareness. The grief, loss, the sense of hollowness, it is replaced by a sense of fullness, joy and love. And remember, whatever feelings you carry in your heart, those feelings are going to affect the departed ones. So if we really want to take care of them and serve them well, we must desist from wallowing in grief. We must keep away from entertaining those feelings which will increase the sense of void within, and instead we can just shift our awareness and remember the times of joy, of camaraderie, of companionship, of happiness, of love, of a life shared with one another, and bless the departed ones for being there in our lives. We can tell them, I am so grateful that you came in my life and that I had this chance of being with you, learning from you, sharing your love. I am so grateful. I can never thank you enough. And please be happy, be joyous wherever you are. May you encounter no obstacles in your soul journey ahead. May you feel blessed all the time. May the divine bless you. And when we entertain these thoughts, these are the thoughts that we are projecting to the souls who are no longer there. And they will be helped. They will become joyous. So even though our loved ones may leave us someday, we can still do a lot for them by just holding them in our awareness and sending them our love and blessings. And this underlying thought is behind all the rituals that Hindus do for propitiating the souls that have left us, especially those of the ancestors. Now, rituals are important, but more important than the ritual is the intention behind the ritual. So if we have this thought of great love driving the ritual, it becomes alive, it becomes effective. And even if you are not doing a ritual, this is something that you can always do. That in anything that you do which is auspicious, include the departed ones there. Just tell them that I am doing this, and I ask you to be here in the soul form and see what is happening. I am going to a temple, to a mosque, to a church. Be with me when I go there. I am going to see a great being to receive his blessings. Just come with me. And you also receive those blessings. I am going to a yoga session, a healing session, or a great discourse. I invite you to please come and be there in the soul form to learn and to grow. This whole universe is made up of thought. You know, in the Yoga Vasishtha, there is an incident where Guru Vasishtha is explaining to Lord Rama the secret of the universe. And he tells Rama that in the beginning there was just God, undifferentiated energy, but that energy had a mind. And in that mind a thought arose. I am one and I shall be many. And out of that thought this universe sprang, which has so many dimensions, which is full of so many forms and attributes. There is such drama in it. But all this came from an intention or a thought in the mind of God. You look at your own life. How has your life been shaped by your intentions? You take a decision, and over time that decision starts manifesting. It becomes your life. So in the same way, if we are having a noble intention to serve the departed ones, to send them our love and blessings, to include them in everything noble that we do, they are sure to be benefited. And not only that they will be benefited, the hole in your heart, the void in your life, the sense of grief and loneliness, it will disappear. So you will heal yourself and you will heal others. Just bear this in mind when remembering a departed one. If you are grieving, you may be doing a disservice to that person or that soul. A great saint was talking to me once, and he said, you see babies, they are lying in the cradle, they are sleeping blissfully, and yet some of them often cry in sleep. And there are others who just burst out laughing. No, they are babies. They are not supposed to have any conscious memory. So what makes a baby cry? And what makes a baby laugh? I just kept quiet. I didn't know the answer. And he said, look, the baby who cries is the one to whom those people he has left behind in the previous life, they are grieving. They are remembering him with grief, with great sadness. And when they do remember him with grief and sadness, that grief and sadness catches up with him. He experiences that here, lying down in his cradle. And he cries. And the one who laughs is the one whom people are remembering joyously, his connections from previous life. They are so happy about him. They are blessing him. And that is why he laughs. And then the saint said, the kind of vibrations you send to a baby is going to determine to a good measure of what kind of a person he becomes in life. Will he grow into a happy person who is always optimistic, full of joy, full of drive? Or is he going to grow into a person who is always unhappy, who is always finding fault with himself and his circumstances, who makes his own life miserable and causes discomfort to everyone around? And then he said, therefore, if you really love somebody and he or she is no longer there in the physical body, just remember them with love. Send them your love and blessings. That is how you can help yourself and you can help others. Thank you very much for your time and hope this makes sense to you. May God bless us all. Thank you.